Well, alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be constructing our base here. I've got a few blueprints already kind of done. Like we got our street to where we can keep constructing that once we get like the good old concrete factory back up and running. And then right now I'm working on getting my metal production going. So what I want to do is mine out all this stuff, and as you can see, we'll have the robots go fetch whatever they can and set up the mining grids that we want. There we go. And then same thing here. That'll be good. I think that'll start us off pretty nicely. What is this? So that's 12 per. Alright. Construct 100 machines using robots. So 6, 12, whatever. 6, 12, 18, 24 iron. And basically what I want to do here is kind of set up to where we can kind of just set it and forget it. Oh, looks like we need to make some of these a little bit longer here. Shit. There we go. Ow. Okay, so this is great. This pretty much sets us up to mine this entire field. Like that'll be instantly mined out pretty much, but this will mine like this entire upper echelon here without much effort. Let's get rid of all this top stuff. There we go. Ah, nice. So that will mine out everything else that we need up there, and it'll actually be able to clear fields. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to get our raw resources set up enough to build. Oh, looks like we do have enough just to build down here. We'll need some a good amount of copper. We can rotate blueprints, thank goodness. So let's go right here. And right here. And then again, right here. Two objects are missing for construction materials. And so we'll just have to throw in like the electric mining drills right over here. No problem. They'll get built. Where do we want you? Right here. There we go. Nice. Why are they having like repair packs? Interesting. Okay, so we have iron, we have copper. Dude, look at that. That would have taken me like so much longer otherwise. Alright, and then all we have to do is let's open this up, and we can place that blueprint here, and then we can just scroll through everything else we need. Genius. Love it. Okay, so at this point we have copper, we have some iron, a lot of iron. We really need to devise a way to get this stuff picked up and then sent to a processing facility. And I'm gonna like just build some of the basic stuff here. And I'm gonna dump the rest. Oops. I want 50 for sure though. I don't think we'll need any more of that. But this we're gonna work with. Okay. We need to set up a processing facility that's going to work out for us. I haven't built a train station in a bit either. Like that's the other thing. Oh, by the way, like the rail tutorials are really fucking good. I just spent probably like 30 minutes going through all of them, and they're just so simple, but they teach you everything you need to learn so fast. The game operates a lot like Transport Tycoon with like the block segments, where it's like you have a long piece of rail, imagine that, and then you place one rail signal in the middle of it. Okay, well that one rail segment is then turned into two blocks, one on each side of your signal. If you put another like signal right here, well, suddenly that rail segment is now 3 blocks divided in between it all. Actually, it'll be 1, 2, yeah, 3. And so basically, your train knows in between like the first signal and the next signal, if they're both green, hey, it's safe. If one signal turns red, it says, hey, it's not safe on the other side, so it doesn't run into other trains, it'll stop. You can use rail signals, advanced rail signals, right here. Rail chain signals, they'll read the next signal in line. So basically, if you have a forking path, but this one's taken up by another train, like an unloading station, it'll be like, okay, this other path is safe to go on. And it'll take that by reading ahead, both of the signals. It's pretty damn cool. So what I would like to do then is go ahead and set up a processing facility. Oh shit. I just want to know where I should set this up. Because basically we need it to kind of be good enough to where it can really process a lot. And then we need to build one for steel and then one for copper, all that kind of jazz. And then we need to set up the trains for it. We have a really large amount of room right here, so I'd love this to be upper division processing. The only problem is if you get a piece of steel put in there, you can't really mix too much of the ores. That's what I'm trying to think here about doing. Maybe we should just have one for each thing. We'll have to produce some extra filters if we have a train that's set up, or we could just set up specialized pickups, trains just for those stations. That'll work out pretty good. Alright, so we'll do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then what we need, I don't think we'll need anything more than regular inserters. But I could be wrong. It's okay if we are. And then fast transport belts are probably going to be the necessity. Slow transport belts can be used for some stuff where it's like not in like a big ass hurry, but because it's ore, we're going to want the fastest we can have. So this will be the basic processing unit. It is a section like this. There we go. That will be nice. Let's make sure we build it correct. That way it can easily just kind of extend. And then what we want is to make sure it's covered in power, so that way it's easy to connect. That'll work out nicely. So basically it's that will make sure everything's connected. Like this will be good. Okay, and then we'll want to make a blueprint of this. Like so. And we'll say processing grid 1. There we go. And this will look exactly like so. So if we place another one, it'll automatically connect and have its power. That'll be nice. Actually, it's a little bit outside of our construction radius, so let's go ahead and take this down real quick. Ah, fuck. Never mind. I'll do it myself. That was my bad. But the robots can do the next one, motherfuckers. It's their bad. Actually, they don't even have any, like, power stuff. Huh. I haven't built that for any of them. I'll have to give them some. We have some to spare. We have 45. That'll be fine. Okay. So let's do medium electric pole, some of those big ones. And then we'll open you, stuff you inside there. There we go. That will be perfect. Now that's right above our coal, but I think that'll be okay. Let's stick 2 of our processing units. Down. You know what? We already fucked up. Just kidding. Okay, we forgot to put an output. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's build one real quick. But I fucked it up. You know, these are the things you don't think of whenever you're building a blueprint. Whoops. Alright, we'll wait for them to connect. They recharge, they'll get the rest of their shit. Hi guys, what's up? Nice. Nice. Okay, so what we want is a way to transport all this goodness here. They have extra modules. Forgot the module bit later. I mean, honestly, I just see us doing like beacons rather than individual modules. Alright, so see, this adds a further complication. We're going to want something on the outsides as well for powering. So something like this. We'll just mirror it. Okay. So there's that, and then we're going to want fast transport out. Do we want it one way or the other way? Let's have it the other way. Well, if we have it facing this way, we'll have to have distribution on this end. If we make it all facing the other way, that'll be okay. Another thing we have to consider is getting it on both sides of the belt. Shit. So what we should do There we go. Yeah, we'll always have to have 3 on one side, but that'll be okay. So this kind of extends, you know, what we're doing. And it does put them on both sides of the belt here. I'm just kind of wondering if that's what we need to do. I think that'll work. We'll need to build a separate module for carrying this stuff away. So how we want it to look. And then also, we're going to want it to be connected if we do this. So we need to extend all the way. Shit. Alright, let's trash you. Ah, shit. What are you doing? Why did those disappear? Oh, did I accidentally place? Alright, so this will be 6. No, I don't want that. Yeah, I just want it this way. And like this. Alright, let's try this out. processing grid 1. And if we try to build... Oh my gosh, it's still just barely outside. I forgot about that. But that will connect, and that will look pretty good. Do it. And we'll have to build this ourselves. There we go. But everything else looks good. So basically these will be on the outside. That'll be pretty good. Alright, yeah, that's going to annoy me. Let's tear it down. And we'll just take this shit apart. But now we can rebuild it the right way. Thanks to the robots. Thank you, robots. So let's put this in the book, since that's what we should be using. Processing grid 1. Alright. And I think, yeah, we're going to use that along the top here. Let's start with 2. Okay. There we go. And then we'll connect it up. Now we need to figure out a transport grid for the trains. You know, we need something that'll carry it away. Might even need to like edit this shit before it's done. Because this obviously isn't complete. We'll have a separate piece. Because I just want to be able to build it and forget it, you know what I mean? There we go. Good job, guys. We're not missing anything, so that's good. Okay, so here's our processing center. Basically, ore flows in from the middle and gets processed. I'm not sure how much these can individually handle, but it should be a good amount. What else? We need an entryway for the train. We need to build the train station. We also need to show where the metal is going to be processed and carried out, and loaded, and how that's going to be stored. Because now we're building on a bigger scale. I mean, that's a lot of iron furnaces. Right there, that's 12. So that's pretty good. Like, this could be iron for us. And then we could have like a copper station. And yeah, we could devote individual stations for these kinds of things. That's what I'm thinking. Alright, let me put this fucking concrete away. It's bothering me. Alright, no! I want some of you. Concrete go away. And then let's pull out some of the railing. Because we'll need some of this. And some of it is going to be built by the machines. So, we want a train station to where things can be picked up. And let's kind of like play with this a little bit. Because I'm going to want my trains to have a nice station here. This is definitely too close. But I'm kind of just wanting to see how much room we'll need. I mean, these cargo stations hold quite a bit. Now, you can even time it to where it's like they have to stop at each station for like 30 seconds, you know? I don't want to search. And like the weight conditions can be like anything. Like, let me show you real quick before we end this episode. So yeah, we'll place it right here, so it has to stop right there. And then it's not connected to anything. We can make it different colors if we want, but okay, Dalacor, wait until like circuit condition, which could be anything. Item count, inventory full, time passed, fluid count. We could say time passed, and it could be anywhere from 200 seconds to, no, seconds. Which is pretty interesting. So we can do a lot. You can time everything, which is neat. But most likely what we'll want to do is either do circuit signaling, or we'll want to do inventory, I guess, for certain things. But anyways, that's for next time. We'll have to build out a station, get that blueprint. Cannot be mined. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. We'll define a blueprint for the train station. We'll have an iron processing station, copper processing station, stone processing, and then we also need steel. And then what we can really begin to do is I really want to utilize some of the circuit networks to basically just kind of determine, okay, how much do we need to unload? Build that package of like, okay, we need 5 ingredients here, assemble like how much we need, unload it all, give it to the factories, and then just have massive amounts of factories churning out like individual products, and then we can expand those factories as we need. That way it's pretty scalable. We'll have to wait a little bit longer, but I think overall it'll be the same principles that we had before with like, different supply lines to everything, but just on a bigger scale. Anyways, we'll see if it works. Talk to you on the next one.